children, I hope you have gone through my previous video, and today we will continue further. Every cell contains nucleus, and inside the nucleus there are chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA, and part of DNA codes for a particular character in our body that is called as genes. Now, genes are specific parts or DNA segments of a chromosome which determine the hereditary characteristics. According to latest findings, there are 19,000 genes in humans. Chromosome 1 has largest number of genes and chromosome Y has the fewest. Next we come to the term genome. We have already taken up the term genome, genotype, phenotype in my previous video, but I would like to revise them again with you since they are very important terms. Now, a genome, it is the full complement of DNA including all genes and intrinsic region. Intrinsic region is the region between two genes of an organism. Genotype, it is the set of genes present in cells of an organism. And phenotype, they are the observable characteristics which are genetically controlled. The next term is alleles. We have done this term also before, but again we will quickly revise it. What is an allele? Alternative forms of a gene occupying same position on homologous chromosome and affecting the same characteristic but in different ways. Now, a pair of chromosome is seen over here in this figure. There are a pair of chromosomes and we have taken imaginary genes on it, A, B, C and D. Now, if you look at A, on both the chromosome it is capital A, capital A. B, on both chromosomes it is small b, small b. C, on the first chromosome is capital C, second chromosome is small c. And D, small d and capital D. So, A is homozygous dominant. Dominant gene is always written in capital letter. B is homozygous recessive. C and D are heterozygous. A chromosome on itself can never be dominant or recessive. Okay, it is the genes that are dominant or recessive, or the alleles of the genes which are dominant or recessive. Out of two alleles of a gene, one is dominant and the other is recessive. Which is, what is the meaning of dominant allele? The super ruling allele of a gene. It means the allele which expresses itself regardless of the presence of another allele for a given gene is dominant gene. For example, in garden P, the character height, dominant allele is tall, and the other allele, that is recessive allele, it is the suppressed allele of a gene, which in presence of a dominant allele does not express itself. It expresses itself only in homozygous recessive condition. So, dwarfness of pea plant, that is a recessive allele. Now, here in this figure that is given over here, we have taken an example of a family to show you the inheritance. Now, from parents to children. Here we have taken the character that we have taken is rolling of tongue. Now, if you see the figure, this is the mother and this is the father. The female is shown by a circle and male is shown by a square. And in the progeny, there are 3 children. 2 are daughters, again depicted by a circle, and 1 is a son depicted by square. Now, for the rolling character, the square and the circle are hollow if they are capable of rolling their tongue. But if they are not capable of rolling their tongue, it is depicted by a dark figure. So if you look at the progeny, you will see that the one of the daughter is shown as dark circle. That means she is not capable of rolling her tongue. Both the parents, father as well as mother, could roll their tongue. Two children, one daughter and one son, are capable of rolling their tongue. But there is one daughter who cannot roll her tongue. Why? Because she has received recessive gene from both the parents. Her genotype is small r, homozygous recessive condition of rolling of tongue. So that is why she becomes, because that is a recessive gene, so she becomes a non-roller. Whereas the other two, their genotype can be capital R or capital R small r. That means whether they are homozygous dominant or they are heterozygous, they will be capable of rolling their tongue, because in presence of capital R, small r will not express, non-rolling character will not express itself, and they will be capable of rolling their tongue. The same can be seen through a Punnett square. Punnett square is a square that depicts the cross. In this square, the gametes are written on top for one parent and on the side for another parent outside the square, and the offsprings are shown inside the square. Now here the gametes for the parents were capital R, and here also capital R small r. Why? Because you see, one of the child is a roller. It means that the parents were not homozygous. Each parent had small r gene in their body, and because the parents were capable of rolling, both the parents are capable of rolling their tongue, so they had a capital R allele as well. So they were heterozygous. The condition and the offspring that were formed, they will have either capital R, capital R small r, capital R small r, or small r. The small r one will be a non-roller. If the same cross was conducted between a parent who was homozygous dominant, that means capital R instead of small r, if this was capital R, and another parent who was heterozygous, capital R small r, so here you would not get this condition of small r, because one parent will not be having small r, and in that case all the children will be capable of rolling their tongues. So this is how the inheritance is carried out from parents to offsprings. Now let us look at some of the common dominant and recessive forms of some common hereditary traits in humans. First is eye color. In eye color, brown color is dominant and blue color is recessive. Tongue, rolling of tongue is dominant, non-rolling is recessive. When you look at the hand, right-handedness is dominant, left-handedness is recessive. Earlobe, the earlobe, whether it is attached, pinna, that is attached to the, fixed to the face, or it is free from the face. So free earlobe is dominant, attached is recessive. Lips, thick lips are dominant, thin lips are recessive. RH blood group, if your RH blood group is positive, then that is a dominant trait. Negative is recessive. Color vision, that is red and green color vision, dominant trait is normal and recessive trait is color blind. Person cannot distinguish between red and green. Cheek, having dimple in your cheek, that is a dominant trait, and having normal cheeks without dimple, it is a recessive trait. There are some uncommon hereditary traits as well in humans. You must have observed we have 5 fingers, pentadactyl, but polydactyly is seen in certain cases. that is extra fingers and toes are present in the body, that is a dominant trait. Albinism, absence of skin pigment, melanin, this is a recessive trait. Camptodactyly, inability to straighten the little finger, this is a dominant trait. Normally we tease people that you are dark in color, but the fact is that having more of melanin, being darker in color, you are dominant. It is those who do not have the melanin or who are fairer, they are the ones who are recessive. Okay. Now, next we come to the next topic, that is sex-linked inheritance. Now, sex-linked inheritance, there are certain traits which are due to the presence of an allele exclusively present either on X chromosome or on Y chromosome. Now, certain disorders, they are caused due to hereditary, and they are more common in males than in females. Example, hemophilia and color blindness. Such defects are due to recessive genes which are present on X chromosome. Now, color blindness is an inherited disease due to which affected individual cannot differentiate between certain colors, mostly red and green color. And hemophilia is a genetic disorder in which the sufferer is at a risk of bleeding to death because blood fails to clot in them. So, normally the homozygous recessive female and recessive X bearing male are at a risk of suffering from hemophilia. Now let us look at two cases over here to explain the inheritance, sex-linked inheritance. First case is, there is a normal mother having the chromosome XX and a colorblind father having genes X0 Y. Now XX is the genotype of normal mother and X0 Y is the genotype of colorblind father. The gametes that will be formed from father will be X0 Y. From mother it will be X and X. And if you make a Punnett square for the cross, the first child will be X, X0, XY, X, X0 and XY. That means there will be two daughters and two sons. Both the sons will be absolutely normal because the son is inheriting. Father is the colorblind person over here. Mother was normal, and from the mother son, the son is getting only normal X chromosome. Now, in case of and Y, the Y chromosome does not carry this gene, so the son is totally normal. But in case of the daughters, if you will see, because one X chromosome in the daughter is coming from the mother, the other one is coming from the father, and father's X chromosome is a carrier of the disease. So both the daughters, although they will be normal, but they will be carriers. Alright, daughters, they are heterozygous dominant and they will have normal vision, but they will be carriers of the disease hemophilia. Okay? None of the children will be colorblind, but daughters will be having defective allele for color blindness. Now, second case, if the mother is a carrier having X, X0 and father is normal having X and Y, gametes formed will be X, Y, X0, X. Now, look at the progeny that will be formed: X0 X, X0 Y, X, X, XY. Now, this son XY will be normal, but this son X0 Y, because there is only one X chromosome in sons and that X chromosome is a carrier. There is no other X chromosome which is having a dominant gene. So in the absence of a dominant gene, this recessive X0 will express itself and the son will be colorblind. Whereas here for a daughter, she will be X0X will be a carrier and XX will be normal daughter. The daughter will be a carrier, daughter will be colorblind only when both the X are in the state of X0, X0. Alright, because X is the dominant one. So when both are heterozygous, both are recessive, homozygous recessive, then only the daughter will be a carrier. So for that, the mother also has to be a colorblind or a carrier, and the father also has to be colorblind. Only then the daughter will be colorblind. Otherwise, daughter will always be a carrier. But for the son, if mother is a carrier, probability of the son being colorblind becomes more. So this is how the characters are inherited in case of sex-linked inheritance. Is it clear? So just revise whatever you have done today in the worksheet, which I'll be sending on the WhatsApp group.